I'm Abby Ajayi, writer, producer, showrunner, and one of the directors of Riches.
We are British, American, Nigerian, Caribbean, and I intend for this business to reflect that.
Still family run?
I loved bringing the story of the Richards to screen because I think it combines my skills, which is grounded characters, but combined with my love of glamorous, slightly heightened, fun stuff. The family stuff should feel grounded and authentic. I hope audiences see reflections of their own relationships with their siblings. But similarly, I think growing up watching shows like Dynasty and Dallas, I really want people to enjoy the glam, the luxe, seeing London looking beautiful on screen, and our incredible ensemble just really elevating the material.
You know, daddy issues feel even more shit when your dad's dead. He was no father of the year, but you know that.
I'm opening another bottle. Oh, bringing me down.
Given just some of the seismic global events of the last couple of years, something like Riches, which is both escapist but also specific and talks about the Black experience.
This is madness. How would he do this? I was supposed to take over.
Gus, it's...
And to top it off, the feds wrote to me today. Officer acted in accordance with force policy. How many times have I been pulled over?
It is a little bit escapist, but there are also substantive issues that we're talking about. And ultimately, I just hope, you know, it's the kind of hooky, fun, propulsive show that will have you binging on Prime Video the minute it drops.
The black hair and beauty industry generates upwards of £5 billion for the UK economy in a year. Now, everyone is trying to scramble for a piece of the black pound, usually without involving any black people, of course.
I think we have this incredible ensemble. I'm so proud of the work they did. They've become a real family, you know, in the course of making the show. Deborah was great. From the first moment I met her, I knew she was the character. What was interesting was talking to her. It was apparent that she shared a lot of sort of biographical detail as Nina. She was born in London, moved to America, is of Nigerian heritage. And I think what she did incredibly well was that she really brings to life the complexity of Nina. She has that professional strength that we buy her CEO, but equally, there's a vulnerability that she taps into so that when we're talking about her daddy issues and her inability to really connect in intimate relationships, she just brought that to life. And I think that duality and that complexity makes the role all the richer. Then we've got Emmanuel as Simon. He's spectacular, I think. He has this wit and humor and charm about him. And he also would ad-lib on set and talk in Yoruba, which just grounds Simon and makes him super specific. And I just loved that he was able to kind of bring this character to life, a character who is so comfortable in his own skin and in his own queerness, and just pulled the different elements of the family together. Then we have Gus. Ola is a star. He was great. I knew he was the character right from his audition. I was really excited to write a black male character that wasn't necessarily alpha. Gus is a nice guy, but he's also a little bit of a mummy's boy, and he has his own ambivalence about his success. He always looks suave and well put together, but there's also some esteem and confidence issues. And I love being able to kind of tap into this black man who is in touch with his feelings and he is ambivalent about certain things. I've never talked to Ola about this because it was either a genius stroke of luck or just a brilliant move on his part. His audition, he read it with his mum. And I thought that was just fantastic because you could tell that connection he has with his mum, and she was the person reading the other side. So she wasn't on camera, but I just really loved that energy that they had, and he's brought that. And he and Sarah are great on screen as well. And then Adeyinka, superb. What she brings to Alicia is a real vulnerability about her abilities that is underpinned still, though, with this strength and this sense that she's going to try to do her best. And there's this integrity about her. And even though she sometimes feels like an outsider in the family, she does really conduct herself with real integrity and really highlights that theme about like family is so important. Nneka as Wanda, the baby of the family, but she rules the roost. And what I love about Wanda's journey, Nneka's journey through the season, is that we start in a way that Wanda could feel so annoying. She's just really just shouting at everyone, you know, but she's really, as we delve into her, we really understand that she's grieving her father. She was a daddy's girl, and this loss has really kind of destabilized her and her relationship, and she's really questioning everything. And I think the way Nneka plays her in those latter episodes, when we start to see her find her confidence again, was really special to watch. I feel like Sarah Niles is an actress that I've really admired for a long time from her work in theatre. She had a small run in Catastrophe, and I just thought she was so, you know, you couldn't really take your eyes off her. And I love that the way she plays Claudia, she's brash, she's dominating, she's very matriarchal, but she never tips into villainy for me, because I think she's fundamentally underpinned by a love of her children. And the generational element is clear. She made the best choices she could at the time when she was coming up, and her marriage was her way to power. And she made those choices, and now she's going to defend those boundaries and what her kids deserve. So I love the way she brought those two elements of the character out.
When I first met Abby, she really gave me a clear idea, which I loved, about Claudia. She said she's a lovable villain. I love this character. A woman that's in post-40s, that's really sexy, that just explores her sexuality, her power, her strength. We talked a lot about where I come from, my background, and she really wanted to honor that kind of woman. And quite often, you know, when you get into characters who are post-40, they're either mums who don't really have any agency, they're just supporting the story. And it was great to sink your teeth into a character like this. And Abby knew that, and she was with us all the way. Every time she felt like we could push against this a bit more, she was there to give us support.
It was such an honor to work with them, such professionalism, just such close reading of the script, such engagement with the material, and really thoughtful questions and thoughts about how they played their characters. So it was really great ensemble. My first show as a creator, showrunner, director, and I wrote 5.5 of the episodes. It was a lot. It's an immense sort of undertaking, and you don't realize how much work it is until you're in it. But I loved doing it. The thing about it was overwhelming. Production, particularly, where at some points you're writing, but there's shooting and you want to be on set to see everything. And I'm prepping to direct my episode. It was a steep learning curve, as everyone's first show is. But you learn so much about how shows are made. But I have to say, I feel incredibly privileged and lucky to have worked on some great titles, worked with showrunners like Pete Nowak and Shonda Rhimes, where I stole the best of their methods, basically. So that the importance of really talking to your HODs and your crew, so they really understand your vision, the importance of talking to your directors. And when you're the director, remembering why you wrote this scene and taking control of the whole vision right through to post-production, right through to, really being fully engaged with the marketing of the show and the finding of the audiences. And we shot during COVID, which presented a lot of challenges as well. And I'm sure my blood pressure isn't yet back to pre-Rich's days, but I think it wasn't lost on me that we're still at a point in the UK where there aren't yet enough Black women showrunners, or indeed Black showrunners and creators and directors. So I felt incredibly privileged to have had the opportunity to have done it, and I'm proud of the work we did. I'm proud of the sort of commitments we made to hire as inclusively as possible, to where possible have trainee schemes and opportunities, but to have HODs as well who were women, who are Black. So it wasn't all about everyone being a trainee. And I've learned a lot, so that hopefully when we come back for Riches 2, we'll be able to just really kind of build on the good work that was done. And I have to again talk about my partners at Greenacre, at Monumental Television, and at ITV and Amazon Prime, because I think you get to do your best work when you are supported and you're working with people who believe in the show that you're trying to tell, and you're making the same show. And I think I did feel fully supported and creatively, and no one was trying to turn the scripts into anything else. So that was great. So yeah, still very tired, but I'm really proud of the work we did. Thanks for watching. Be sure to catch our show, Riches, now streaming on Prime Video.